What up, nation? Welcome to another edition of the WiseTake NBA DFS Early Look. CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I, of course, am from the WiseTake Nation, which you can find on all the social media platforms listed below or directly at WiseTake.com. If you're looking to take your DFS game to the next level, we are a premium DFS content provider as well. The DFS community designed to help make you a better DFS player. You could try us out with a day pass, $2.50 all it costs to get access for one full day. We offer projections, my projections that I use, cheat sheets, Paulie D's fast break sheet, which has his core plays for cash and tournaments, as well as his player pool, my core plays article, all available at WiseTake.com. Also access to our Slack chat, which is for monthly memberships or higher. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We do all sorts of free DFS content right here on the WiseTake YouTube, Twitch, Podbean, iTunes channel. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you're notified whenever we do go live, and you don't miss out. And hit the like button. Likes really help us out, go a long way. Don't forget to leave some comments. We'd love to hear back from y'all. Get some feedback, get your opinions. It's part of what makes this a DFS community, and that's what we are. A premium DFS community. So, wasn't a great day for me on Thursday, but obviously coming off of the big Wednesday $4,700 win, it was all right. It was all right. Also, placed a little bet on the Brooklyn Nets, and it ended up working out. Shout out to J. Irv, man. J. Irv writes our schedule notes article. I always forget to mention that. And it's just a quick, brief thing where he just jots down each matchup and looks at the schedule. So, who's in a back-to-back, who's in a 4 and 6. All that good kind of stuff, and I'm telling you, it's like clockwork. More times, it doesn't always come through, but more times than not, you'll find the team on the back end of a back-to-back in a 4 and 6 matched up with a team that's had like a couple days rest. More times than not, the team in the 4 and 6 struggles. Right? Makes sense. It's logical. Not always. We did see Boston beat the Raptors in a situation similar to that, but happens a lot. Brooklyn Nets, even without Kyrie and KD, did the dirty. Why? Maybe it had something to do with Philly being on the back end of a back-to-back in a 4 and 6. Maybe. Anyways, shout out Stephen B. Always in the chat. Always with the thumbs up. Preaching it. Appreciate you. And we got a little bit of a bigger slate to get to. Double the size. I think it was a 5-game slate. Now we got a 10-game slate. That's fine. This is more options. To start things off, we'll look at point guard. I'm not going to I could go directly to Karis LeVert, but we'll kind of work our way there. This slate is kind of too big. You know what I mean? A little too big. So, James Harden against Orlando. Obviously, we see the effect of John Wall and now even Boogie and Christian Wood getting involved in the mix. It's taking an impact on Harden's upside, but that's also taking an impact on Harden's ownership. Just going to say that. Westbrook's questionable. Apparently, he dislocated his finger against Philly. Westbrook is cash game city if he does play. This is the front end of a back-to-back, so I wouldn't be surprised if they held him out and just figured maybe we'll give it a shot in the next game. But look at the minutes Westbrook is playing. Just monster. 36, 36, 38, 39, 38, 39. He's just a cash game lock at this point pretty much every day. Hasn't had one game under 50 DraftKings points. I think it's just cash game city. If he plays, if he's out, we'll obviously be pivoting a lot to Beal, who's already in a good spot and is coming off a monstrous game, or a lot to Beal. I think I had 30% Beal the other day when he was 3% owned, and that's really what ultimately led to that dirty. Well, it helped. There's a lot of guys that went off, let's be honest. It's a back-to-back for the Bulls. I'm sorry, for the Lakers. They're currently playing San Antonio. But LeBron's been pretty consistent as well. Against the Clippers, it was disappointing. He's had a couple duds, not nearly as cash game lock status of Westbrook. But he's fine. De'Aaron Fox is questionable with a hamstring. So he left the last game on the 6th against Chicago after 5 minutes. Hamstrings usually take at least a little bit of time. It's not like football where you got to run routes at full speed, but this is a guy that likes to run. So we'll have to check the status and see a little bit of Halliburton maybe. See what happens when we get there. John Wall has looked pretty good. Van Vliet's price is up, but can't say he hasn't earned it, because he has. Karis LeVert. So his price is up now to 7-4. The first time we saw KD and Kyrie out, he went for 60 against who? Against Memphis. This very team, right? This time his team's in a back-to-back, playing Memphis in Memphis, and he's 7-4. So that day he was 6-6. So it was more expensive. I think that'll help lower his ownership. Plus the size of the slate, he was like 80% owned in certain contests on Thursday. So maybe this lowers his ownership. The price being elevated, maybe we should be happy about that. But as of right now, we know the usage is insane. His usage seems to be higher than Kyrie and those guys when he's on the court like that, especially with this particular starting lineup that Steve Nash is putting out, where he's kind of really letting the alpha be an alpha. And we also saw Joe Harris benefit off the bench, kind of filling in that LeVert role. Kobe White's been on fire. We know that. LaMelo Ball, man, has been consistent. 24 minutes when at 6K, went for 30, which wasn't quite enough. You would have liked to have seen him get a little bit more run. And that's really the concern, right? Are they willing to play him more in situations where there's not a blowout? The 6.5 is a little expensive for my taste at this moment. But I would assume a lot of people back off. Marcus Smart is fine. He doesn't really do it. So Cole Anthony, I guess he's the first place we look. Markelle Fultz, unfortunately, it did look like he was going to make a real strong push for comeback player of the year, but unfortunately, it looks like he's done for the season. Wish him the best with the ACL tear. But Cole Anthony got 32 minutes in that game against Cleveland. Only put up 18 DraftKings points, which was disappointing, and DraftKings has adjusted his price up to 5K. However, this should be a very fast-paced matchup here. We have to worry about foul trouble a little bit. He's going to be covering guys like John Wall and James Harden, you assume at least. I guess it's possible they could move him off and put on like a Fournier if they want. But what's promising is he did take 12 shots. He took 9 shots against Cleveland the first game in just 21 minutes. Took 12 shots in the 32, and he wasn't shooting particularly well. But we've seen him show upside in small amounts of minutes. So definitely a point guard I'm interested in. Let's keep it rolling here. Let's keep it rolling. What else do we got here? Oh, where's Halliburton? There we go. 5-4. That was looking for him, and I passed him. So Halliburton, on the other hand, kind of exploded when De'Aaron Fox got hurt. We saw Halliburton play 34 minutes against Chicago. Now, Chicago is very bad defensively. All right, this is a little different. Toronto, they shouldn't be this bad defensively, but they really have been. Toronto's been pathetic. But Halliburton at 5-4, you got him and Cole Anthony right out the gate. Right? And props to DraftKings for raising the price. Props to DraftKings raising the price. I said it. But those are going to be 2 spots that we're going to have to zero in on. Austin Rivers, man, been doing dirties. Well, he did 1 dirty. 9 for 14. You're not going to, without the efficiency, it's not a good game. That's what that is. When the price goes up, I hesitate a little bit. We'll go over to shooting guards. We talked about Beal. Beal's expensive. He's coming off an awesome game. Boston is a spot where they struggle against pure shooters, like guys that can shoot the ball. I think Beal is more of an overall scorer, but obviously he can shoot, and he's taking mad shots. That's what Beal does. So especially if Westbrook is out, expect Beal to be the chalk. If Westbrook is out for sure at 9-7 against Boston, he is in a good spot though. Kind of hard to contest. I would almost want Russ to play for me to like Beal in tournaments more, because number one, his ownership may drop a little bit. Number two, or would definitely drop a little bit. Number two, maybe Marcus Smart would have to take Westbrook, which could open up things for Beal a little bit. Marcus Smart, pretty good defender. That's what he's here for. Defense. Jaylen Brown is 8-7 because Jaylen Brown just went nuts against Miami. I think I do prefer Tatum, hence the cover picture, if I'm going to pay these prices. But I think you can consider both of them because it's going to be a fast-paced matchup against Washington, especially if Westbrook does play. RJ Barrett's just a minutes thing, right? He only got 33 against Utah. Weird. He was shooting poorly, but a little disappointing that he only got 33. But I guess every once in a while, Tibbs got to let a guy breathe. What else do we see here? Dylan Brooks has been a disaster. this will be the day I don't play him and he'll go nuts. He's been a disaster. Joe Harris, only 5.5. I expect him to be pretty popular, assuming we saw today. Had a ton of usage on that second unit. I wonder if that's consistent if he's not making any shots. But you can see 4, 6, 6 rebounds. Did get 30 minutes either way. And 11 for 19 from the field, though. 19 shots. I don't care if you're making them or not. If you're taking 19 shots, I'm interested. Is he going to take 19 shots again? That is the question. Bruce Brown. That was a bad idea, right? A really bad idea. And that's why we don't play chalk Bruce Brown. Note to self. Note to self, because I did fuck that up. Shout out to Paulie, though, because TLC ended up getting there late. He got there late. He was late, but he did get there. TLC. 10-11 care. Small forwards, we got the fun guy. We talked about Jason Tatum. 38 minutes. I don't know. I just think he's got the higher floor and the higher ceiling. So if they're so close in price at this point, I think I'd rather go Tatum. Plus, matchup wise, I would rather attack like the Bertans and those kind of players. I think as of now, though, I got to think that through. It was the night before. It's late, and I had a little. But yeah, Tatum looks really good, right? And that game in general is going to be an interesting game. Like Boston's going to be paced up like a mother. And Boston's defense hasn't looked as good. We have to understand, I keep saying this every time I talk about Boston. When you look at Brown and Tatum. You look at their team last year, they had Gordon Hayward and Kemba Walker, right? Kemba's obviously been out, and Gordon Hayward's not here anymore. So, yeah, there's a ton of usage to be absorbed by the alphas. And that is Tatum and Brown. And that's just a quick explanation. Ingram, solid, 8.5s. Nothing great, but he's been solid. Again, these guys are all going to be relatively low because LeVert, a lot of people will play LeVert at this position if they don't like it, if they feel point guard is a little bit more loaded. And I can already see it with the two point guards that are 5K, Cole Anthony and Halliburton and LeVert. And you're already kind of constructing like a nice little mid-tier build, if you will. We'll keep it rolling. Basley's price has gone up. Oh, that. Basley's price. What is this? Yeah, Basley's been smashing, man. That's Paulie's boy right there. Smashing. Randall has not been known for his defense. He's not been known for his defense. Let's see. Keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Yeah, this guy's right. This guy's Crowder plays big minutes, has a chance to go, but he's not like a usage hog. What did Marcus Morris do? 18 minutes. That's not terrible, but it's not great. Let's check out our rookie here, Patrick Williams. I don't hate the idea of going back to TLC, but he's only $100 more expensive. And it was nice that he ended up getting 26 minutes, but I think it was because he really kicked it on at the end. I think that these guys are fluid. Players like him and Bruce Brown, I think that they're a little too fluid for me to really take those shots on. If he was to start, I would feel way better about it. Because he smashed with LeVert the first time in this exact situation. But we'll have to see. I don't see why he would change the lineup. He's won twice already with the same fucking lineup. So I guess that's what we're stuck with, I would think. Going over to power forwards, AD should smash against Chicago. He should. Will he? I don't know, but he should. Against Chicago, he definitely should. Julius Randle at 9.8. Nobody's going to play this motherfucker. I mean, nobody has been. He's been going nuts. Look at the minutes. Tibbs, man. That's what Tibbs does. And they dropped Spellman to pick up Taj Gibson, which I think will affect more so the bigs. I think Randle may be impacted because of these monstrous minutes, but I think they'll impact more for the Mitrob, Noel. Probably not, though. It'll probably be a little bit of Randall, too. But 9.8, I don't mind it against Basley defense. Right, tournaments only, of course. 9.8 is just too fucking expensive to go there. But the minutes, man. The minutes real. Zion should really smash here, man. You can match up with P.J. Washington and Miles Bridges. Zion should really feast here. So he's been building back up. But he should smash here against Charlotte. Zion looks phenomenal. He does. We got these guys. Jerry and Grant, who has been the new alpha in Detroit. Said, shut up, Blake. This is my team. And he's put the team on his back, though. 7K. If he continues to go for 40s, that's not a problem, right? If he's going to continue to go for 42, that's not a problem. Phoenix, though, their games have not been great for fantasy, at least from what I've seen for the most part. Hasn't been all that great. I'll say that. Bagley, Alpha Bagley, that's what we got last time. If Fox is out, maybe we see some increased usage. Although if we look at the shot attempts and all that, it wasn't as much as you'd think. He's had games like that. He did play 29 minutes, which was helpful, but he was also very efficient, so the coach wanted him out there. Toronto, again, historically a better defensive team, but we don't know. He's been a little inconsistent, and the prices come up, but he's in play. Brandon Clark, you fucked me again, man. So you got 30 minutes. That was cool. 1 rebound away from a double-double. I did put him in the Core Plays article, and I thought we were sitting pretty because he had, like, I don't even know, 18, 19 DraftKings points at halftime, and then just didn't get a whole ton after that. I think he might have been at 20 already by halftime, and just didn't get a whole ton after that. That was super disappointing. But if he starts in this situation, he's going to be matched up with Jeff Green, Taurean Prince, all these kind of players who I don't think are quite athletic enough to keep up with a guy like Brandon Clark. So I am going to like Brandon Clark again. Full disclosure, spoiler, I fucking learned. And I don't want to hear nobody talking about, hey man, you keep writing this asshole up, because that's what happened with Beasley before Beasley dropped 40 something on Denver. That's what happened with Bagley before Bagley won me all the money the other night. I'm gonna continue to do it. It's gonna pay off at some point. This guy was putting up 40s. This guy was putting up like 40s last year in limited minutes. So I refuse to believe that all of a sudden he's terrible. I think at some point he figures it out. If you like tournament plays, Boucher, never know what the fuck you're going to get. It's like the Forrest Gump play of the day. Box of chocolates. Bertans. Like to see the minutes. So the production, if Westbrook is out, I'll play the shit out of Bertans. I mean, I'll play him either way with Westbrook, but if Westbrook is out, then I think they're going to need a little bit more than Beal shooting. 10 threes. He shot 10 threes against Brooklyn. 12 threes against Philly. If you keep taking double-digit threes, you will be on my team. Look at the shots. 12 shots, 10 of them are threes. 15 shots, 12 of them are threes. And he's not even shooting well right now. We know he can. If he starts hitting these shots, he's going to go for 4. It's going to happen. He's going for 24 and 28, shooting terribly. Love Bertans. DraftKings, always better because you get the extra half point for 3-pointers. Do like Bertans, though. Only problem is, I mean, I should slow down. I'm talking about how much I like Bertans. The only issue is matchup. That's a weird one, right? Like, I guess he'll be matched up with, like, Daniel Tice because they've been playing Tatum at the 3 and Brown at the 2 for the most part. But I have to ponder that a little bit. I'll have to ponder it. So out of the gate, there's not a ton of value. So it's going to force us to look more towards the mid-tier, and that's what's happening, right? I talked about some studs we liked, of course, but you could already get the vibes. Giannis against Utah, I'm fine with it. I'll never say no to Giannis. I think he's matchup proof. To be honest, Vooch against Orlando is a nice tournament play. Pace up spot. 9K is a little expensive, but Christian Wood is now 7-9. That's probably where he should be. If Christian Wood is in, I think that's obviously at 7-9. I think he's priced more accurately, but I want to check out what they did with Boogie. Boogie's only 5-1, so okay. If Christian Wood is out, which I think Christian Wood will be back in, I do. But if Christian Wood is out, I will be going back to Boogie. I don't give a fuck. 5-1, that's fine. He only played 23 minutes. Isn't that funny? Only played 23 minutes. 4 blocks, 14 rebounds, 2 steals. Was 2 for 9 from the field. Didn't even shoot well. I would definitely go back to Boogie at 5-1 if he's out, and that would be an awesome mid-tier build already. I could say that. Blake the Snake. What's up with Blake, man? Is he just not trying anymore? Is they just it's a wasted season? Don't get hurt. Is that what's happening? 6K for Blake Griffin against Phoenix. What's up with him? What is this? Rayshawn Holmes? I saw this play. Rayshawn did well for us. We were big on Rayshawn too against the Bulls. I saw him roll his ankle. I didn't think nothing of it at the time, but I did see him roll his ankle. If he's out though, Number one, yes, more minutes for Bagley, because Bagley has been rotating with the 5. But if he's out, though, my keyboard is not within reach. 3,200 for Hassan Whiteside. If he's out, though, if he's out, we play a lot of Bagley, we play a lot of Whiteside. It's happening. Whiteside. 3,200. But I think he's gonna play. I'll bet you it was. I don't know, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. It was a nasty little roll, no doubt. But we'll see. I don't mind Thomas Bryant, although Boston, I expect him to improve against bigs because of Tristan Thompson. Aiden should smash. Tournament play only. He's been a little disappointing in general, but he should smash theoretically. You know what? As should Steven Adams. Should. Look at Steven Adams doing it dirty against his old team. He likes to beat up on his old team, right? He's had 2 of the best games of his season against his old team. So he likes to do that. He does. Mitch Robb, I can go back to him against OKC. OKC's been really bad against bigs now, right? They got Horford, right? Robinson played 41 minutes. I don't think anyone thought he was capable of doing that. We had Robinson in the write-up. Yes, we did, as a GPP pivot. He was in the core until the boogie opened up. And I didn't want to put 2 centers in the core, so I moved him to a GPP pivot. But, yeah, it did well. Minutes, man. Minutes equal money. Minutes equal money. Didn't even take a lot of shots. And, like I was saying, I wasn't so worried about the foul trouble against Gobert because he's not that aggressive. I'd be a little bit more worried with Horford because Horford is aggressive with the ball. But Gobert's just not aggressive, so I wasn't all that worried. You know what I mean? What else we got here? Plumlee. Plum Dog. The minutes. Where have the minutes gone? Where have the minutes gone? Not looking great. I wish Wiseman would get more minutes. He's got massive upside. I really wish he would get more minutes. I think that's going to do it, Nation. I think that's going to do it. Appreciate those of you hanging out with me live. Appreciate those of you tuning in after the fact. Obviously, there's a lot that changes in the NBA. I like to do this as a little early look, first look situation to get you guys thinking and to highlight some prices and matchups and situations and a couple things to look for. But obviously, the NBA, especially on big slates like this with COVID running wild on the nation, we got to be ready to adapt. And I always say it, NBA is a sport of adapting. If you like the show, get a day pass at WiseTake.com and watch our pre-lock Wise stream. We do a show Monday through Friday for subscribers at WiseTake.com where we start 45 minutes prior to lock, take you up until lock. This way we do a little breakdown position by position after we've done our research, after we have some news. And then after that, we're literally on there just kind of building our teams and discussing exposures, discussing certain news that comes out and how we're going to strategize. And we have a chat. People ask questions. It's really cool. So come check it out. It's one of the more useful things that I think you could do is be on there discussing a few things up to lock, discussing ideas, all that good shit. Other than that, hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate you. For myself, the entire WiseTake Nation, as always, good luck.